Virgin Galactic was trading at about $60 before they delivered on any of their promises, before they had a dollar of revenue, before they had a single flight in the air. Well, now the stock trades at $1.70 after delivering on a lot of their promises. Yes, the company isn't profitable, but in this video, we will go through what you need to know about this company. We'll go through some of the fundamentals. We'll go through the financials, and at the end of the video, I will give a price prediction based on technical analysis. So, first off, let's cover the most recent news for this company. So, Virgin Galactic set timetable for their fifth space flight in 5 months. The company announced on Thursday, this was last week, the flight window will be open on October 5th. The flight is scheduled to be the space tourism company's fifth space flight this year and ninth space flight to date. Virgin Galactic said the company's monthly cadence of space flights further demonstrates Virgin Galactic's ability to deliver safe, repeatable space flight and a transformative customer experience. So, once again, this company is the only one doing this. This is the only company that is taking people up into space currently. So that is a huge differentiator from this company and the broader stock market. And then, with that being said, let's talk about the fundamentals of this company. So I'm going to run through this article written by Value Kicker on Seeking Alpha. And there's a ton of good points made in this, so I will just jump right in. Virgin Galactic stock is down 27% this year despite milestones and successful space flights. The company is actually, the company has a minimum variable product with commercial flights already underway, making it less risky than before. Virgin Galactic's liquidity position is solid, but it needs a source of revenue to halt its cash burn. So Virgin Galactic is not the type of company investors should be looking for in terms of profitability or valuation. The stock is a speculative bet on the future of space tourism, 5 to 10 years down the line. The company has made several milestones in the past few months, and I believe that the stock is now less risky than it was in 2022, and really less risky than it has been in its entire history. The company has successfully completed 2 space flights in the quarter. Obviously, the Utility 25, in which the astronaut training and spaceflight experience were evaluated by a group of experts. Galactic 01, the first official commercial spaceflight with research crews studying microgravity. The fact that these 2 flights went off without a hitch is fantastic news for the company and should be considered a significant milestone for the stock. It basically means that Virgin Galactic is able to deliver the product it promises. But the stock reached highs of $60 and is now coming down, crashing to under $2. Virgin Galactic announced that the Galactic 03 will have a flight window in early September, and this is the third flight, the third commercial flight for this company, and the fourth mission in 4 months. Obviously, we actually said it was early October. I think it was the 5th to be exact. Some of these customers have bought their tickets as early as 2005. So it will be awesome to see kind of the reactions of these folks who were obviously extremely interested in a tourism opportunity of a lifetime, right? There is no other tourism experience out there like Virgin Galactic. There are some other like bubbles and stuff that are like weather balloons almost that will go pretty high. They kind of look like weather balloons. Obviously they aren't, but there really is no other experience out there like Virgin Galactic that is currently operating. So with that being said, let's take a look at the company's financials. So they've grown their revenue 14% over the past 12 months, and revenue is actually projected to grow 117% over the preceding 12 months. So great to see that revenue is projected to grow 117% over the next 12 months. definitely crucial to get that revenue growth for this company. And this company is a highly profitable company, believe it or not. Obviously, they're not profitable at this point in time, but their gross profit margin signals that this company has the ability to make money if they're able to obviously grow their revenue, grow their orders, and have more space flights. So the gross profit margin is 40%. For those that don't know, that basically tells you what a company makes for what it sells. It's just revenue minus cost of goods sold. So that's definitely a good number for the company. And we have $1.06 in cash per share. Obviously, we're kind of burning money like a drunken sailor a bit, but that's kind of just part of this company's growth trajectory. But just to kind of give you some context, that means that 62% of the market cap is in cash per share. So you're only paying about 64 cents for the equity right now. So that really tells you that this company's trading at a massive discount. The thoughts throughout the market are definitely pretty bearish. But honestly, that's really just an opportunity to buy, in my opinion. Warren Buffett has a great saying, buy when others are fearful, sell when others are greedy. Well, there's a ton of fear within Virgin Galactic stock right now. But when we take a look at the total cash position, the company has $940 million in cash, and they have about $477 million in debt. So they have $463 million more cash than they do debt. So that is obviously a signal that the company has a good amount of cash to fund its future operations. Unfortunately, its cash burn, as I had said earlier, is quite high. So we do have net operating cash flow at minus $488 million, which obviously needs to change, right? We need to see some more revenue come in so we can kind of bring this cash burn number down. I don't expect it to be positive anytime soon, but if we could kind of just slow the cash burn rate, that would really be a huge move in this company's fundamentals. And then it's also worth noting that Vanguard, BlackRock, and State Street, the three largest asset managers in the entire world, bought more Virgin Galactic stock over the past quarter. So if you're wondering who's buying this stock at this point in time, it's the three largest asset managers in the entire world, which is awesome to see. Obviously, though, they're buying because they're really just right-sizing their portfolios, meaning that these passive indexers really just buy to bring their holdings up to the right size. So let's say BlackRock wants to have 1% of their portfolio in Virgin Galactic. That's not the actual number, just kind of making that number up for this example. So let's say BlackRock wants to have 1% of their portfolio in Virgin Galactic, and the stock drops 50% in a quarter. Well, they're going to double their holdings to kind of right size their holding within that stock for their portfolio. So that's kind of how that works. That's why they're buying. But it is good to see that they haven't thrown in the towel, because at a point, State Street, BlackRock, and Vanguard will sell stocks, right? So if a stock becomes non-compliant with its exchange rules, right, they'll sell out of a stock. These firms don't buy OTC stocks. So at the very least, they believe that this company will at least remain compliant, for the exchanges that they're listed on, which is the NASDAQ, actually it's on the New York Stock Exchange. So with that being said, though, let's take a look at the short interest numbers for this stock. So we have about 20% of the float sold short, and we have about 6.3 days to cover. So all in all, short squeeze does look somewhat likely for this stock, but we're not seeing massive high short borrow fee rates. We're seeing a good amount of short shares available as well. Failure to deliver numbers aren't super high either. So I would give this a kind of a B-, a C+ in terms of a short squeeze likelihood. And then on Wall Street, we can see that there are 4 bullish firms to 5 bearish firms on Wall Street. So this is kind of a battleground stock, if you will. There's a wide range of opinions and price targets throughout Wall Street for this stock. We can see that the most recent changes, though, came from Morgan Stanley, which reiterated an equal weight rating on the stock with a $4 price target in early August. And then in June, we saw Albemic Global upgrade the stock from underweight to neutral with a $4.75 price target. So overall, Wall Street definitely is split on the stock. And then with that being said, let's give a logical price prediction for this stock. Obviously not financial advice, do your own research. But it's worth noting that shares are oversold according to RSI. So that could be something that kind of helps propel the stock higher. And if we look at how the stock has reacted to oversold conditions in the past, we can see that in April the stock was oversold at around $3.20, and obviously we went to roughly $6 over the coming weeks. And then we were also oversold in January, and the stock went from $3 to $6 over the coming weeks. So it doesn't always work, obviously, but the past two times that this stock has been oversold, we've seen a move higher from the stock over the coming weeks. So hopefully we see that kind of play out for the stock here. And then also we are seeing this kind of descending trend line here, which is where shares had found some support in October of 2022, roughly where shares had found some support in December. It's where shares bounced in April as well. We could see this descending support level act as support for this stock. So, obviously this is a bit more of a short-term support level, right? It's still it's still calling a downtrend for a stock. And to be frank, this chart doesn't look pretty. Just to kind of keep it real with you all, I do think that this level could act as support for this stock, though, and we could see a move up to resistance at around $2.50, which is where shares had bottomed roughly in August of this year. So do think we could get somewhat of a recovery for this stock over the coming weeks based on technical analysis. But to be frank, we have momentum fighting us on this chart. So we're trading below all daily moving averages, which is a signal of bearish momentum. We even saw the 50-day moving average cross below the 100-day moving average in late August. Anytime you get a shorter term moving average crossing below a longer term moving average, it signals a bearish trend in terms of momentum for a stock. So unfortunately, the DMAs are signaling we're going to be heading lower. But like I said, despite the bearish momentum, I do think that this trend line could act as support for the stock, and we could see somewhat of a bounce over the coming days for the stock. But like I said, I'm really thinking about this stock as a long-term investment within the space tourism sector, which really the only stock in it that is publicly traded is Virgin Galactic, which I do believe it is a amazing asymmetrical stock. So by asymmetrical, I just mean that the stock has significantly more upside than it does downside. We have 63% of the market cap in cash for this stock. We're seeing BlackRock, Vanguard, State Street all buy more shares. That leads me to believe that this stock, which you're only paying about 60 cents for the equity, really is a massive, massive asymmetrical opportunity. So I think this stock has legs. It's one that I own. It's one that I will continue to hold. And honestly, if we go to zero, it's something that I can stomach. It's not my number one holding. I don't recommend this to be anyone's number one holding, especially as interest rates rise. This stock is going to be definitely jumpy. So with that being said, I think this stock is an asymmetrical play and has massive upside opportunity for investors that have the stomach for this type of risk. So with all that being said, I hope you enjoyed the video. I will end it there.
If you got some value from this video, please leave a like. We post company breakdowns and important market moving news on this channel on a daily basis, so make sure you are subscribed. If you would like to receive my daily portfolio moves, my exits, my entries, and see how me and my team of analysts are trading the markets, join the Discord through the link in the description below to get our free 7-day trial. Also, if you would like to join our free daily newsletter, sign up to our Substack, which is linked below as well. With that being said, good luck, everyone. Happy trading, happy investing.